So throughout the many fantastic, friendship-destroying years of the Super Smash Bros. Initial release, we've had installment after installment. Now, Nintendo has really given fans such an enjoyable experience, whether your favorite video game character is in the game or not. And since Smash Bros. Is such a huge franchise for fan speculation, I decided that it would be easier to have some friends tag along to help speculate and discuss this with me. So today, I'm here with the one, the only...
Wait, was that part of it, or?
No, that was part for you to say hi.
Oh, I thought like your brother came in or something.
No.
No, I was genuinely like, wait, did his brother come in or something?
No.
Yeah, I was like,
Say hi.
hello.
Alright, so I'm keeping that in because that's pretty funny. So before we begin about the speculation, let's talk about the most interesting part about the franchise, which obviously would be the roster. So the original Super Smash Bros. Had 12 playable characters, Melee had 26, 39 in Brawl, and lastly 58 from Smash 4. So from the beginning to the most recent installments, the rate increased went about from plus 14 to plus 7 to plus 19. These include veterans and new characters alike. Since Nintendo typically increases the roster with each new installment, we can expect an average of about 12 to 13 characters to join the roster once more. So these 12 or 13 characters would include veterans that were not in Smash 4 and newcomers alike. This being said, there are a lot of Nintendo properties that can be added to Smash 5's roster, even including games that aren't on their systems, such as Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. So for this discussion, we're going to be discussing about up to 12 characters or so each that we'd expect to see in the rumored installment. Keep in mind, from the time of this recording, there has been no official word on a 5th Smash Bros. Installment, nor have there been any solid leaks or evidence of such. So with a property as big as Smash Bros., personally, I would expect a potential reveal to be shown at a huge, well-deserving event, such as E3, but we can discuss that later. Yeah, because that's exactly how they'll do it. And a Nintendo Direct Mini, nonetheless. So I'll start with my. I think I have about.
Going back and forth then?
Yeah, we're gonna go back and forth. Like I'll give like 6 or so, and then you can give how many characters you want, and then we can talk about them, and then I'll give the rest of mine, and then you can give the rest of yours. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay. So, starting for me, I think Rex is going to end up replacing Shulk. Rex is the main protagonist from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, whereas Shulk was the main protagonist from the original Xenoblade Chronicles. I was quite shocked, honestly, when Shulk was announced for Smash 4, since Xenoblade Chronicles was a title for another and older Nintendo system. Those who played Xenoblade Chronicles, however, know that Shulk is definitely a good fit for Smash, but Shulk's purpose of Smash was to get fans into their growing Xenoblade franchise, which worked for many since obviously it's growing still now. So I think Nintendo is at a point where they can slowly start adding characters of this property more normally, and I think that Rex from the most recent Xenoblade installment would be an obvious fit for that. So do you want to add anything, or do you just want to...
Well, I haven't played Xenoblade or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so I can't really say anything.
Yeah.
Because it's not like I can say anything that's helpful.
I've never...
I don't know who Rex is. Like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I've never played any
trash.
of them. He's probably trash. I haven't played any of the games either, but I've done research on the characters that I've been talking about. So the main background on Rex is that because Xenoblade works like Final Fantasy, none of the games tie in together. And they may or may not take place in the same universe, same world, etc. It's kind of up to fan speculation, but the events of 1 and 2 have nothing to do with each other. As far as I know, the only thing that really relates the two are kind of like the species of animals or creatures, kind of like how Legend of Zelda works, and then the fact that pretty much all of the cast from both games are British. So I think that those are the only things that relate the two games together. But what really differentiates Rex from Shulk is that Shulk has the Monado, which can pretty much, from the game itself, the Monado can use different attributes of itself, I guess, in order to make its wielder stronger, similar to how he does in Smash Brothers. In Xenoblade 2, Rex does not wield a Monado. Instead, the whole lore behind Xenoblade 2 is that there are two kinds of people in the world. There are
Blacks.
There are drivers and blades. So blades are people that can turn into weapons, and drivers are the people who wield said weapons. So if you've seen Soul Eater, it's pretty much Soul Eater. So Rex, with Rex coming into Smash in turn means that his blade, because he's the driver, would mean that his blade would also be coming into the roster as well, which would be
As a separate
Pyra.
character, or?
No, like as a duo, because the other character would be Rex's weapon. Yeah.
So kind of like Duck Hunt in a way.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, similar to how the duck is used as Duck Hunt's main weapon for.
Or would it be something like Olimar, where you could use it, but it's also expendable?
I don't think it would be expendable, but Olimar is actually a better choice because similar to how Olimar can pick out different Pikmin, Rex in the game does have different forms of a weapon. For example, his blade, Pyra, can actually change into different people, and then those people can change into different blades. So for example, Pyra can transform into this girl named Mira. I think that's her name. Or Mifra. Either one. Well, so in Smash Bros, you could probably even change between Pyra and Mifra because they do have different characteristics, and they're the same weapon because they're both swords, but like they both of their different weapons have different quirks and things. So obviously, if you go with Pyra, then you get X, Y, and Z. If you go with Mifra, then you do A, B, C for Smash Bros. So that's kind of how Rex would fit into Smash Bros. Similar to Olimar / Shulk, but I honestly feel like he would just downright replace Shulk because Shulk's presence in Smash Bros. Was more so to build people up towards the Xenoblade franchise that Nintendo has been growing within the past 6 years or so, since Xenoblade Chronicles released in 2010 or 11, I think. So that's for Rex. Anything else you want to
add? Not really.
Okay. So next, I think if Nintendo is going to keep on pursuing third-party characters, then I think we're either going to see Noctis.
Wait, are we alternating, sir?
Yeah, we are. We're like saying as many characters and then we're switching.
Oh, I thought we were doing one at a time. My bad.
I mean, no, we can do that. Do you want to?
No, that's good.
Okay. So for my next one, if Nintendo keeps pursuing third-party characters, then I think we're either going to see Noctis or Sora. So both of these come from Final Fantasy 15.
And your freaking
or Kingdom Hearts, respectively.
Yeah.
Now hold on. Here's the thing. I think they're going to replace Cloud. So
now, why?
Okay,
that makes no sense.
Let me continue.
Cloud's like the best character, dude.
I know. Let me continue. As were many like Shulk, I think the two of us were kind of shocked when Cloud was announced for Smash 4. The first.
Oh yeah, you were jumping in your chair.
I was. Holy crap, dude! I still remember that reaction. So the first 2 to 3 seconds of that trailer actually gave away the character for hardcore fans because they could pick up the music that was in the beginning of the trailer. So, and it was especially weird to see Cloud Strife be a character for Smash Bros, especially since Final Fantasy VII has nothing to do with Nintendo, at least to my knowledge. There are Final Fantasy spin-offs that have Cloud in them that are on Nintendo properties, but none of them feature Cloud as like a key main character. He's just kind of like a side character, like support, if that makes sense. So, and even then, I don't even think Final Fantasy VII was even ported as a virtual console for the Wii U or the 3DS, because I know that they did actually port it as a virtual console for the PS3, but it never touched Nintendo, which is really weird. But with this in mind, it would have made more sense for Nintendo to add Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series onto Smash Bros. Due to his appearance on the 3DS title Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. But Noctis' appearance honestly makes the same amount of sense as Cloud, the difference being that Noctis is more new, fresh presence, whatever you want to say, with Final Fantasy's popularity at the moment. With Noctis' game releasing just over a year ago, whereas Cloud's game is obviously much, much older. Now granted, I would not be shocked if they kept Cloud and ported in another old Final Fantasy character like Squall or Leonhart, whichever game you play, FF or KH. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about those. What about you?
I mean, I would be very surprised if they took Cloud out, because I'm like, why? You know, Cloud's pretty cool. Although, I will agree with you, whenever Cloud was introduced, people were just like, yay, it's Cloud! Wait, why is he here? That's basically,
Yeah.
like, the reaction. I mean, that was the reaction I had, and according to my other friends, it was basically what they had. Like, they were ecstatic that Cloud was in the game, because they're like, Cloud, yay, but, like,
Why?
Nintendo standpoint, they're like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, of course...
It's definitely not a bad thing. It's just
like,
weird.
It's not a bad thing. It was just very out of place.
Yeah.
To be.
So, and I mean, with that being said, because Final Fantasy VII is also getting a remastered version either this year or next. So if that does get ported for a Nintendo console, which would obviously be the Switch, then we could actually see Cloud return because of Cloud's uprising popularity. And that could have actually been why they added Cloud into Smash Bros. Because Square was working on the FF7 remake. So yeah, that does make more sense than I actually think about it now. So moving on into the realm of Nintendo IPs, I'm honestly on the fence for Pokemon, because I have some friends that are die-hard, like wanting they're wanting a type of every Pokemon to be in the game, and I don't see there being like a random poison type or a random steel type in the game. That just doesn't fit well for me. Nintendo will add characters that are either popular or fan favorites into Smash Bros. And even though Dunsparce fits into both of those categories, we're not getting Dunsparce in Smash. So Smash. It's Mass, but it was Smash Brothers. So with that being said, if we actually look at the Pokemon roster, we have two Pokemon starters, both of which feature the fire and water types. So in my book, it would make sense to add a grass type starter. Now, before Sun and Moon released, I was going to say Sceptile. Ever since Sun and Moon released, now I'm saying Decidueye. But I'm totally cool with whichever. I'm fine with whichever. Just I expect one of the two to hit Smash Bros. So with the inclusion of Greninja into Smash 4, the only starter type left out of Smash 4 was Grass, because they removed the Pokemon trainer who had all three. Fun fact, Greninja was actually made to be in Smash 4 before X and Y was even in development. The people working on Smash Bros. Went to the Pokemon team and was asking, hey, do you have any Pokemon that we could add into Smash Bros? And then they just kind of slid Greninja under the table like, yep, we're working on this guy, but the game's not even in development yet. So Greninja pretty much started with Smash Bros. And then worked his way into X and Y, even though, yeah, he was released in reverse order to that. But yeah, just some Did You Know gaming there. So those are my thoughts on Pokemon, Sceptile or Decidueye. Now both of them are in Pokken, and I highly doubt we're going to get a lot of Pokemon from Pokken into Smash. I mean, because then that just kind of defeats the purpose of having two fighting games where you have the same characters. So, but at the same time, we have Charizard, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Lucario all in Pokken and Smash Bros. So there isn't necessarily a reason why Sceptile or Decidueye shouldn't be in Smash, but if you want to use Pokken Tournament as an example of why they can't, then that's totally valid too. But so what are your thoughts for Pokemon?
Oh, for Pokemon, I think it would be good to finish the main type, as you were saying, because they have fire and water, and if they just added a random, like, stupid, like, fairy type, like Clefable or something, then that would be horrible.
Let's add Chandelier.
Yeah, I mean, what about Shadow? No. I mean, the Pokemon we have right now is Charizard, you know, from Gen 1. That's pretty good. He's pretty good. And then, you know, we got the Gen 6 from, like, or Greninja from Gen 6. So, you know, they could go one of two ways. Either, you know, oh, we just released Ultra Sumo. Why don't we just put in Decidueye because everyone likes Rowlet? No, screw Rowlet, he sucks.
Excuse you.
Is the best. Anyways, I think if they would have to have a grass starter that isn't already a support trophy, because
I don't think either one of them are.
To be fair though, Little Mac was a support trophy in
Yeah,
Smash
he was,
Brawl,
that's true, yeah.
and then he became a character. So you could say like Torterra, you could say Sceptile, you know.
Sceptile's not an assist trophy to my knowledge.
I think I would want to go with one of the older ones
Okay.
instead of the newer ones. However, if they're gonna go for a cash grab, then it's look, Decidueye's in the game.
So you think they're gonna add like an older grass type?
An older grass starter.
So Meganium.
I hope.
Or
So maybe like Sceptile, Torterra.
Meganium. Meganium.
Yes. Although I don't really play with the Pokemon in Smash Bros. Anyway. I only play Ike and Lucas.
Anime scrub. So next up is another.
But I still kick your behind with Lucas when I spike you with the back air.
The back air.
So I don't want to hear it.
All right, fair.
And if you want to go to my house, I could prove that my Lucas is so much better than all of your characters, unless you spam Toon Link and you spam the stupid.
Hey, Toon Link. Toon Link is very well deserving to.
It's not well deserving. You just
to
spam
kick your butt.
No. You spam one button and then you win.
Yeah.
You just press the B button.
The B button with everything else.
And then the stupid side B, like. Play
It's
a real
so good.
character, man. Play a real character.
Fair enough. Well, hey, if any of these characters get added, then I'll be playing all these. So I mean, then I can
Okay,
kick your butt
alright.
with all of these.
Well, I hope to God they don't have projectiles.
Oh well,
Like-
actually, that does branch into the into the next character that I was going to talk about.
Actually. Okay, well, you can go ahead.
Okay, so before I say this character, I do want to say that I'm not too keen on gun characters of Smash.
Are you gonna
Falco,
say Snake?
no, Falco annoys
What?
me.
Nani?
Falco annoys me to no end. I hate.
Yeah, because
Falco.
Anthony spikes you.
No, because the stupid
No,
stun gun.
you get the chicken legs.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Well, dude, what if you import like KFC chicken?
Oh, that would
no,
be funny.
every time frickin' King Sketch or Anthony frickin' plays Falco, he wants to spike somebody and he yells the chicken legs. And good old
with,
Crimson
with
Jake.
down air.
Crimson Jake has a Vietnam flashback when he plays Falco, but he blames it on the gun, but it's actually the leg.
It's the stun gun. It's the stun gun. Well, anyway, so Falco and then Fox and Bayo players have the mindset that they're better than everyone. So I'm like mega salty towards them. And now I haven't played Splatoon, but I know how its gimmicks work. So I'm gonna say that I feel like an Inkling. Yep. I'm gonna say the Inkling
God.
boy or girl is going to be in Smash inevitably. I don't think it's going to be a contest of like, well, Inkling's good and all, but no. Inklings are going to be in the next Smash game pretty much for a definite because Splatoon is such a major growing IP of theirs. It would be really weird for them not to do that.
You know Splatoon 2?
Yeah. I'm actually planning on getting that soon.
It should have been called Splatoon. That would have been amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right. That would have been a good wordplay.
Like, why wasn't it called Splatoon? Like, come on, dude.
But what I really like about Inkling's potential in Smash is that within Splatoon, basically, it's turf war. So if the enemy tries to walk in your territory that you've sprayed with your gun, then they're automatically slower, which I really, really like because that can be implemented into Smash Bros. If you paint basically the field, then anybody that walks in the field gets slower by default. So obviously that would be limited to, well, if you have 3 puddles of ink, then you can't make any more without the others being used. I mean, there's got to be some sense of balance there, but I really do think that Inkling has potential, and I think that that'll be really, really cool. So what are your thoughts?
I never really played with the Splatoon games, so I honestly don't care.
Okay.
But I feel because of their overwhelming popularity that they're more than likely gonna get added.
Yeah. All right. So
now
okay.
here's the thing.
Okay.
Do you think that they're gonna go with their like just guns only, and then go in there, or do you think they'll have like what kind of abilities do you think they'll have?
I think they'll mainly just have things ink related, because in Splatoon they have primary weapons, but you can get other weapons by completing quests, or not quests, but by ranking up on the leaderboard, by getting DLC. There are a lot of ways to get different weapons, similar to games like Call of Duty and stuff, but I don't think that they're going to add different weapons, similar to the fact on how, like, with, what's another character, like Link, how Link can have different bombs or different bows or whatnot in Legend of Zelda, but yet he uses his primary bow, if that makes sense.
like the arrow. He could, like in the games, he has like the arrow, fire arrows, ice arrows. but
Yeah,
arrow
exactly.
Light. In the game, he has.
But in
regular.
Smash Bros, he's just yeah. So that's kind of what I think they're going to do with Inkling is just that they're going to give them their primary weapon, but then they'll have all different kinds of attacks using that weapon or themselves as ink-based attack. Because in Splatoon, they can change from like a humanoid into like ink squids. So that could be used for like a dash attack, or that could be used for an up special, or maybe they could have a jetpack with ink in it, and then that could be their up special. Like there's a whole lot that they could do with Inkling, and so I'm really interested to see how they do with it, because inevitably it's going to happen. So branching into a franchise that you actually do know more about, and then right after this next installment, we'll discuss all of them together. Well, actually, no, we
Persona?
don't need to. No, this isn't Persona. But yeah, after these characters here, then we'll talk about your stuff. So next up, and this one is a lot.
nice.
This one is a lot. Okay, so this is like 4 characters, and only like 2 of them I think are going to be in. So here we go. Are you ready? Impa, Girahim, Skull Kid, Vati, or Midna. All from Legend of Zelda.
Hate all of them.
So, honestly, I think we're going to get 2 of them, just due to Legend of Zelda's growing in popularity with Breath of the Wild being a fantastic game. However, I think Midna and Vati may be on the same level of popularity, with maybe Midna topping Vati due to Vati being in the handheld games, and Midna being in an HD one for a console, not to mention getting a legitimate HD remaster for the Wii U. Now, this being said, I think that if we get Midna, then we won't get Vati, and vice versa. As for Skull Kid and Girahim, both, to my knowledge, only have 1 canon appearance in the series. Impa, being the Impa from Hyrule Warriors, hasn't been seen in any canon Legend of Zelda game, and I say this with the impression that Hyrule Warriors isn't canon, but I totally stand correctable. Side note, I think getting Vati may indicate that we get Toon Zelda, since Vati is a more Toon-like character, but honestly, who knows? So, to recap, I think out of these characters, we're going
Isn't
to get...
him that gay guy with the sword?
From Skyward Sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he might be in, just as a good villain.
He's
character.
a really good villain, but honestly, unless they redo Skyward Sword, I don't see him getting in, because his popularity has died down. When Brawl released, that would have been the perfect time to put Girahim in the game, because obviously Skyward Sword was the big thing then. Now it's not. So, to recap...
They could do an HD remaster on the Switch.
But the issue with that is that Skyward Sword required motion controls. So, unless you want to sit there and wave your little Joy-Cons around, you're not going to have much fun. So...
I kind of stand corrected. I kind of disagree with you on that. Because, I mean, don't they already have motion... Fuck, I just got killed.
Yeah, they
Don't
do.
they already have motion controls?
Yeah, they do have motion controls, but the issue is that not many people like motion controls.
Alright, well, here's the thing. So, you have... I'm going to use Wind Waker, for example.
Okay.
You can do stuff in Wind Waker HD that you couldn't do in the original game, right?
Yeah, so they could do that. They could, change the control method.
With changing... if they do remaster it, which they probably won't, but, if they would... The thing is, they're moving it into a Switch game, or like Nintendo Switch, which means which means what you're saying is no one wants to be waving their Joy-Cons. Well, they're obviously going to account for that, because they're not stupid.
Well, they may not, though, because they...
well, if they don't, then no one's going to buy it, and they're going to realize it.
Well, yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, if they do remaster it...
So what you're saying is I'm right.
Sure, I guess, whatever. But... To recap the characters, I think 2 out of the following are going to get in, but if Vati gets in, then Midna won't, and vice versa. So Impa, Girahim, Skull Kid, and then Vati Midna. So
Guinness Widow, stop killing.
So I would really like it if like Skull Kid and Girahim were in, because they're really popular, and maybe Midna. But I think Skull Kid's probably at the top of that list. Yeah. So, just to recoup everything, I have 1 character from Xenoblade, 1 character from a Square title, 1 character from Pokemon, 1 character from Splatoon, and 2 from Legend of Zelda. Alright, and so that's pretty much that's like my halfway point. So, do you want to spit some of your stuff now?
I mean, there is one series you haven't really said, and the amount of characters they have in Smash 4 almost rivals the Mario characters.
Yeah,
Which is,
yeah, I actually do have Mario.
Fire Emblem.
Oh,
And
Fire Emblem.
you never said any Fire Emblem characters or Mario characters.
Well, here's the reason why. Is because for Mario, I actually do have Mario in my other set of characters that I was going to get into after you do yours. So excuse you. And
Well, that wasn't in the freaking script, was it?
Well, I tried to send you it before recording. And it
No, you
wouldn't
did
take.
send it to me. No,
Oh,
you
did?
sent me the original one, but then the second one didn't work. So yeah, you just made me look like an idiot. So
Okay.
redud.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway,
Yeah.
for Fire Emblem, the reason why I haven't that I didn't pick a Fire Emblem character is because
you don't
they've
you don't know a lot about it.
well, true, but they've also made 2 protagonists within the past 3 years. So I don't know which protagonist would be a better fit necessarily, and they're also coming out with Fire Emblem for the Switch. So if they were to port it for the Switch, then they may just add that new character from the Switch title.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done my research. I'm just messing with
See, now here's the thing. You're forgetting one staple character. So
you. Is it Alm?
no,
Okay, then who?
it's Hector.
Oh, okay.
Dude, Hector. You should look up a picture right now. Look at Hector.
I
and
know
look how
Hector.
awesome-
I won for you in Fire Emblem Warriors with that character. Remember when I sweep somebody's whole team with Hector?
on
on
it's-
accident?
Wasn't
On your
on
phone?
It wasn't on Warriors, but okay.
It was Heroes, that's what I meant. So
you said-
what are your characters? Or is Hector seriously one of them?
No, you think I'm joking? No, I'm serious. It's Hector.
Okay, so do you have anything else?
Well, okay, I just died. That's why I wasn't talking. Because I was focusing in that current moment.
Yeah, because you're playing Overwatch mid-recording like a
Yeah,
responsible
exactly.
adult.
I was in the middle of fighting a Genji. Anyways,
Add Genji
So-
for Smash.
add Genji for Smash, easy, dude. Now, we have fuck, I don't know. I'm okay. Genji song of the. Okay, I just read it. Well, you can just go ahead because I was kind of joking at Hector.
Alright, well, do you not have any other characters then? Because you mentioned
Well,
one prior.
Well, I do. I actually have 3.
Alright,
But
spit them out.
so, well, how about you shut up? Shovel Knight,
Okay.
because Shovel Knight. Why wouldn't you add Shovel Knight? He's a shovel guy. Like, why wouldn't you add him?
Well,
He's the best character ever.
he
I'm
is,
surprised-
yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't add him for DLC.
Yeah,
And
so
also-
am I.
With by adding it to the 3DS, even though it's not like, well, the 3DS is not, I guess, popular anymore because now it's the Switch and all that all that jazz. But I don't really care about it because I don't have one. So,
Sell your DS.
they could. What they could do is import Shovel Knight to the Switch.
Yeah, they could do that, especially since Shovel Knight's game was a popular Nintendo indie game. The only
Yes.
thing that I don't see, well, I see that mainly happening if they make a Shovel Knight 2. And unless they do that, I don't think Shovel Knight will necessarily jump in there, because Shovel Knight did have a huge surge of popularity in 2014, 2015. And now, he's still a popular character, but we're getting new Nintendo IPs to replace Shovel Knight with. So Shovel Knight was more so of a one-hit wonder, but if Nintendo really wants to make him serious, then by all means make a Shovel Knight 2. So what else you got?
Now I would also say this is a personal. I want Snake in the game, but I mean they're probably not going to do it because Snake was kind of a one-time deal
Yeah.
because the creator basically begged the other guy to include Snake, and he wasn't in this one, so I was kind of mad. But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But personally, I want Snake just because Snake was pretty cool.
Hmm.
But if they don't add him, water under the bridge. Now I can't really think of any Fire Emblem characters, even though like it's one of my because the only problem with Fire Emblem characters is that most of them are sword units, or like no, I think all of them use a sword in 4.
Yeah. Cough,
So,
cough, Robin.
I mean, Robin uses the 11 sword, so it's
Yeah.
kind of just. I mean, the reason why I would say for this character, and I was joking about Hector, but I'm actually serious that they should add Hector into the game. One, because he wields an axe.
Assist
Okay.
trophy.
Assist? No. Because I mean, they have Lyn as an assist trophy, but
Yeah.
it's like if they were gonna add another Fire Emblem character, either add Hector or someone that does not use the sword. Maybe just magic only, or something
Black Mage
like
from
an
Final
axe
Fantasy.
or a lance. Because all we know, like this, we got Marth, we got Ike. I mean, Ike's pretty cool. We
I
got
fight for my
Lucina.
friends.
Three. That's 3 sword units already. So it's kind of just like, you know, the Fire Emblem characters are cool, but the way they're being portrayed in Smash is kind of just like, oh, well,
Yeah.
they're kind of all sword units.
They're just they're just anime swordsmen.
You know, it would be great if they added, okay, I thought I heard someone. It would be great if they added a unit that was popular, but also did not use a sword, because that would bring an interesting game mechanic into the game, whether it would be another weapon type that, like, oh, well, he's using a lance, okay, cool, and then, instead of a sword. So, that's what I feel should be added into the game. And that's basically what I-
Remember when everyone thought Chrom was going to be added to the game, and then
But he's
proved he
basically
wasn't?
Ike.
Well, no, not Chrom. Or yeah, Chrom. Chrom wasn't put in the game.
I know.
Oh.
I said he was when I forgot if it was a support no, it was a conversation between Pit and Robin on, or it was something like that, and they mentioned Chrom, and I think Palutena said like he was basically another Ike or something like that. I don't know. It was Rip. It was like on Wii U, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, for like the special talks or whatever that you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, is that all you have for your picks?
Essentially, yeah.
All right. So, jumping back into Mind, and then after these, we can talk into more speculation about the game itself rather than just the roster. So, next up, I think that there's going to be a bit of a lesser-known Mario character. So, I definitely think we're going to see more from Nintendo's Mascots franchise. I'm unsure, however, what character they may consider adding outside of the obvious ones like Waluigi. Now, I don't necessarily know if Geno would work unless Nintendo plans on reinventing Geno in an upcoming Mario RPG, which I'm totally down for, but that does mean that they'll have to get Square Enix on board, since I believe Square owns the rights to Geno, thus being why they haven't added him already. I do, however, see Paper Mario being a possibility, and would like to see how unique of a moveset that they would make for Paper Mario, possibly even removing Dr. Mario.
Why? The Dr. Mario.
Oh, okay. Rye, what?
Why would you? No.
Oh, why? I thought you said
Read
Rye.
it.
Okay.
I said why.
Well, because Dr. Mario is pretty much... It is Mario. The only difference is that Dr. Mario is down special.
Dr. Mario has a PhD. That's the difference.
That is true.
Get your facts right.
In my opinion, they could just give Mario the alternate skin. So, yeah.
All right.
Because really, Dr. Mario was more so added to the game to be nostalgic towards Melee players.
And that's why Mewtwo is added into the game too.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. So next up is from the Kirby franchise.
Oh, dude.
Waddle Dee.
Oh my god.
So
Yo, he's upgraded.
he's upgraded. He's moving
been
up in the world.
promoted.
More specifically, the Waddle Dee from Return to Dreamland. Honestly, though, I would rather. Wait, hold on.
Because he has a
There we
lance!
go. Yeah, he does have a lance.
Dude, that would go into what I was saying.
Yeah,
but we
that's true.
don't have a sword character.
So, honestly, I would personally rather see like Yarn Kirby be its own character, assuming we get a character like Paper Mario, similar to how we have Toon Link. But since Yarn Kirby was a one-time game that led into the Yoshi franchise, we got to go with the next best thing, which is Waddle Dee. So ever since Kirby Return to Dreamland, yeah.
When you said it was similar to Toon Link, the reason why, like, I feel that why Toon Link was added into Smash Brawl is because the amount of games Toon Link has appeared in compared to regular Link. Because you gotta think, Yarn Kirby only has Kirby Epic Yarn, right?
Yeah.
But the difference between Toon Link and Link is Link is going on his own path, and Toon Link is going on his own path too. Because Toon Link has appeared in like Spirit Tracks, Phantom Hourglass, Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Like he's appeared in different games, and then Link has also appeared in different games as well, like Twilight, Nani?
Twilight Princess.
Yeah, Twilight Princess. I just thought of the movie for some reason. Twilight, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild. You know, they're split into two, but I don't see Kirby like Yarn.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
neither do I. That's why I mentioned it.
I feel like it would be like an alternate skin, but I don't feel
Yeah, but the
be
issue with that
significant
is
enough.
like the issue with an alternate skin is that Yarn Kirby's transparent. So like
Jacob, he still has outlines, right?
But like that would be funny.
Redo it.
Actually, no, that would be funny if like when you swallowed somebody, you could see them in Kirby.
Do that, yo.
That would be pretty cool though. So, but yeah, pretty much ever since Return to Dreamland, I've started taking more of a serious tone to Waddle Dee with the spear and everything. So, and especially with a moveset revolving around that spear and then just what Waddle Dee has access to, which isn't honestly much. It would kind of be like having a super Goomba in the game. Or no.
I know what he would be. I know what his up special would be. Him spinning
him
the spear.
spinning the spear.
When he just go up, that'd be funny.
So, but honestly, I think that we'll get another Kirby representative. Aside from Waddle Dee, I don't know who that would be. So.
What about
Meta Knight shot?
King Doddle Dingo?
No.
King DDD? King DDD's returning. He has to return.
Well, duh.
I mean, dude, I was pissed when, like, in Smash 4, Lucas wasn't even in the game. I'm like, what?
DLC.
And then DLC, I was like, okay, never mind.
So, last but not least, I can hear myself through your end. Last but not least, yeah, dude, I can hear myself. Stop this.
That's because your headphones are not plugged in. It ain't my fault.
Yeah, they are. I have headphones.
No, I can't hear myself, so it ain't my fault.
That's because I have headphones in. Do you have headphones in?
I do have headphones in. I've always have headphones in.
Do you have one headphone in, one out?
No.
Nah.
It's not.
Nah.
Headphones. It is a headset, you weirdo.
Chill, boy. So I don't hear
You're
myself
the one
now.
that narrates
But anyway.
first, so.
Actually, now I can only hear you in my left. That's fantastic. Say something.
Hello.
Okay, that's better. Just don't irate me.
Alright.
So, lastly, for a Nintendo IP, I feel like we're going to either get Crystal or Wolf from Star Fox.
Hopefully Wolf doesn't flip us off this time.
Yeah, that too. It honestly,
It
honestly,
looks like you should put it in a picture. It looks like a middle finger.
that's true. But
It's pretty funny.
it's honestly a real shame that Star Fox received the same treatment as Metroid and F-Zero. Now, I haven't heard much about the Wii U installment of Star Fox, aside that it was okay. It's a shame that characters as awesome as Crystal and Wolf can't rely on much popularity to be pushed towards the game. However, I do think that if Nintendo does to Star Fox what they did to Fire Emblem, they'll be good. And by this, I mean if they release unknown characters into Smash Bros., there is a good chance said characters will be recognized and their game will grow in popularity. Just like how they released Corrin literally when Corrin's game was released at the same time. But then again, this doesn't always work.
You mean FE Fates?
Sure. But it's all dependent on how the character is designed in Smash Bros. So I don't find it likely we'll get a Star Fox character unless it's Wolf, since he was in Brawl. But I just can't help but feel sorry for the franchise. What about you?
I mean, it's kind of, yeah. I mean, Fox is pretty cool.
Well, we're talking. Well, Fox and Falco are staples. So
Yeah. Dude, what about the Leppy? Was that his name?
I don't know who you're talking about. Oh yeah.
Stupid frog guy. Fox.
Do a barrel roll.
No, not that guy. That's Peppy.
Oh yeah, that is Peppy.
I'm talking about the frog guy.
Yeah. But anyway, with all this being said, this is pretty much all I have in regards to new characters that I see coming and new characters I expect. I would like to see another Sonic the Hedgehog representative, but I think it's clear that Sega doesn't know what to do with their Sonic series or characters. I would
Have
also...
you seen Sonic Next Gen?
Have you seen Sonic Boom? I would also recommend, though, another Mega Man representative. However, aside from the obvious Zero, I'm unsure about what other character would be ported. Possibly a character from Mega Man 11, but who knows. And side note, Nintendo recently has ported 3 Wii U games, I believe it's 3, to the Switch, which included DLC. To my knowledge, because Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition and Mario Kart 8, and I'm positive there's another one. I don't know what it is. If they port Smash Bros. From the Wii U to the Switch, then I assume that they'll do the same, meaning that we'll still keep Cloud, we'll still keep Shulk, and any other characters that we mentioned.
But there'll be more.
No, I honestly don't think there will be. And if a pure port is the case, then I don't expect any third-party characters as new installments. And when I say third-party, I mean
Look
like...
at Ryu.
Well, no, because he's DLC from Smash 4. I'm talking about new third-party characters, like Sora, Noctis, any of the other characters that we mentioned. Now, if they do port Smash 4 over, and they do want to add new characters, then I think that it'll be strictly reserved for Nintendo IPs, like Rex, the Pokemon characters that we mentioned. I don't think that we'll be getting any third parties if they port over Smash 4. However, if it is a new game, being Smash 5, then I expect a few of the above on my list, and I guess our list too, to possibly make the roster. So, that being said and done, do you have any final notes for the roster, and then we can talk about, I guess, stages or, release, speculation about that?
Well, unfortunately, I gotta dip real quick because I gotta go pick up somebody, so...
Rip, my dude.
Yeah.
I guess I can take the reins then.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
Alright, I'll see you later.
see you, Ghost. Alright, guys, so it's just you
Now
and...
with that one final...
So it's just you guys and me now. So, concerning stages, here's honestly what I think is going to happen. If they port over Smash 4, then we'll keep the same stages from the Wii U with the inclusion of some, if not all of them, from the 3DS. If they make the new Smash 5 game, then I honestly don't know what stages would be added. More so, probably a lot of the ones that were staples and or DLC, such as Dreamland, from Wii U and 3DS. However, their stages are kind of up in the air. I definitely think that we'll get the same amount, if not more. But yeah, that's concerning stages. As for development, it's really 50-50, and it's really just in the air about whether or not Nintendo will make Smash 5, or if they'll port a Wii U in the 3DS. So there's not really a whole lot to go off of when you look at both sides of the table. You would think that they'll make a new game, or no, excuse me. You'll think that they'll port it, similar to how they've ported some of the other games that included DLC that were really big on the Wii U. But at the same time, they may not, just because on how big Smash Brothers is. They don't necessarily. Well, no, that's that's contradictory or hypocritical. They may not just port Smash over just because they're kind of done with Smash at the moment. I know that they don't want to particularly make a Smash Bros. Every other year. Smash Wii U came out in 2014. It's now 2017. A lot of people were probably expecting Smash 5 to release, or Smash 4 port to release holiday 2017. Obviously that didn't happen, and if you look at that, then that would be literally a 3-year span between holiday season 2014 to holiday season 2017. It's now the beginning of 2018, so there isn't really a whole lot to go off of. But if they, and I'm not necessarily sure that they'll make a new game either, because Sakurai did mention that he did want to retire after Brawl, but due to popular demand, he came back in the business, and he made Smash 4, which was a fantastic game. So unless Sakurai just decides to get off retirement, we can't really do anything about Smash 5, so then it's up to Nintendo to port it to Smash 4. So in my opinion, I think for Nintendo, the priority is Smash Bros. 5, but if they can't get Sakurai or another developer, then they'll probably just port Smash Bros. Then they'll probably just port Smash 4 with some new stuff on their own, with or without Sakurai's permission. So anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Thanks for KG Ghost to hopping in and out as he did. I knew that he was busy today, so it was really nice for him to give me an hour or so. Yeah.
They gotta add Dixie Kong.
Okay, that's fair.
Are you wrapping up? or-
Yeah, I was literally about to end the like I was pressing the buy button,
Oh, dude.
so you came in perfectly.
Oh, dude. You know what you should do for the ending?
What?
As I ear rape the mic, you should just fade out to black.
Okay.
Like this.